Last week, you saw how to dominate Chapter 3 of the Mines of Moria Raid using a budget Lord Balin and Lord Elrond. This week, I will show you how to use that same team for big runs in Chapter 4. For reference, I'm using the exact same team during this run, though I've since upgraded Lord Balin to give him some additional health. The first rule for a successful run with elves in Chapter 4 is Elrohir cannot be blinded on turn 1. For starters, the other characters have ways of not attacking on their first turn, which will prevent them from adding stacks towards the Balrog entering shadow form. Additionally, you want Elrohir dishing out as much damage as possible, so if Elrohir has blind turn 1, hit the reset button. The second rule is to time your cleanses. In this run, I did choose not to heal with Elrond because no one needed healing. While it added shadow stacks, there's a give and take where sometimes the most efficient play will still have a negative impact. Notice that I also didn't cleanse with Arwen out of the gate. If you can wait until the Balrog uses Smoldering Wave, the whip ability, Lord Balin can cleanse 10 Banes, resulting in 45,000 points. The third rule is to remember this is a DPS check. If you're able to land Lord Elrond slow, this first phase becomes relatively straightforward and very similar to the first phase of the Troll in Chapter 2. Go all out and get him to topple. The final rule is to pay attention to the flame form and shadow form stacks and try to manage them the best you can as you enter the later phases of the fight. The Balrog will gain additional stacks of shadow form when he comes out of topple, so it becomes even more important to avoid attacking with blind. At this point, it's also very important to try and keep burning off your characters as well, because the Balrog gains stacks of flame form when you take damage from this Bane. You almost always want to base it with Lord Balin when you're not trying to cleanse. The cleanses will add up over the course of the fight. Another thing that will come in very handy is Arwen's chance to grant defensive on her basic. At one point in this fight, around the 375k mark, she used her basic and granted Elrond defensive, counterattacked, and granted Balin defensive, and when the Balrog used Smoldering Wave, Balin and Elrond both blocked along with a resist from Eladin, netting 27,000 points. The Balrog did not enter shadow form until 736k. I used Balin's cleanse on Smoldering Wave's Banes, and the Balrog used Sightless Dread. One of the blinds unfortunately hit Elrohir, and when he took his turn, there were already 18 stacks of shadow form. Lord Balin was deleted soon after, and once that happens, it becomes difficult to keep the run alive. I'm happy with an 859k, and I think you can get a rather smooth 900k run with just a little more investment in your elf team than what I have. A 4-star or higher Balin will also ensure he survives those bigger hits. Keep building your teams, and I'll see you again soon. Until next time, Quantum out. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more content like it, you should click the like button and subscribe. You can also find a variety of infographics as well as my free-to-play farming guide for free on my Discord server.